This 17-year-old wannabe gangster was murdered in one of the most brutal and shocking murders in the history of Ireland. Keane Mulready-Woods was a young teen growing up in Drogheda, just outside Dublin. He was the nephew of Owen Maguire, who was shot and left paralysed by notorious gangster Robbie Lawler in July 2018. Keane and his friends would terrorise locals in the community and also target rivals of the Maguire faction in this feud. In a move that they would all regret, Keane and his friends decided to approach Robbie Lawler as he left a gym. Whilst being filmed, they attacked him outside the gym. One of the boys was screaming, "That's only the start of it, Robbie."
Yes, that's only the start of it. That's only the start of it, Robbie.
As they punched him in the face. He then drops his gym bag and starts fighting back before laughing in his attackers' faces. Lawler's gym bag was stolen in the fight, and his attackers then posted photos of themselves wearing his flip-flops, one of them being Keane Woods, who would pose on social media wearing Lawler's Gucci flip-flops. Keane was said to have associates on both sides of the feud, so a few days following the attack, he met up with Paul Crosby, who was a friend of Lawler's. Crosby paid for Keane's taxi fare and took him to a car, which Gerard Cruz drove to a house owned by drug addict Gerard McKenna. Keane was lured to this house under false pretenses, and once he walked in, he was attacked by Lawler. He was murdered, and his body dismembered with hand and power tools. His arms and legs were discovered in a Puma bag at a house in Coolock in Dublin. His head and feet were found in the boot of a car burned out in Dublin, and his torso was found following a search in Drogheda. Videos of the murder were taken and shared on social media across Ireland and the UK. There was no evidence that Crosby or Cruz were present when the murder took place, but Crosby was in contact by phone with Robbie Lawler, who returned to Dublin soon after the murder. Lawler would be murdered in Belfast 4 months after the brutal killing. Crosby would be sentenced to 10 years in prison and Cruz to 7 years in prison for their parts in the murder.